Hello, I'm Henry for Chaos TV up here in the Plymouth offices for CTEC, and I'm joined this morning with Lord Mayor Sue Dan.
Morning.
And Deputy Lord Mayor Chris Penberthy. Penberthy? Penberthy, you heard it here. Penberthy, we knew we got there. It's much easier now because now it's Sue and Chris.
Yeah.
So it's much easier. Thank you both for coming in today. How have you found it out there already this morning?
Well, there is a real buzz across the office. I've only had a quick look, but there's loads of providers, so loads of people are going to help support some of the people who are coming here to get help, and there's loads of employers, and it's just got a really good vibe.
It's what we like to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, obviously we're here today to support the Armed Forces community and show support for that community. Plymouth is a very Armed Forces friendly city. Why do you think that's so important to show that?
We've got a lot of armed forces who are active in the city, because obviously we've got the biggest naval dockyard in Europe, and we've got the Citadel, so we've got a mixture of Marines, Navy, and lots of army units all the way around as well. But also, of course, we're a relocation city, because what happens is you come down here, you get based in Plymouth when you are a serving member of the armed forces, you bring your family down, you love Plymouth, and so you settle. So therefore, when people come out of the armed forces, whatever force it might be, they then settle in Plymouth. So it's really important that we look after that community.
And like you say, it is a community, like you say, it
Yeah.
really is like that. What are the benefits of employing somebody that has that armed forces background?
So if you think about the discipline and the skills that you have when you're in the armed forces, they're transferable. And I think a lot of employers in Plymouth now are recognising that actually they have a very special set of skills, and if it's worked on and they're given help and support and mentoring and training, then they can transfer from being in a military life to coming to civil life and having a real active role within the employment market of Plymouth.
And like you say, they are transferable skills, aren't they? And they're not just workplace skills a lot of the time. These are life skills that have been worked upon a lot of the time.
Yeah, they are life skills, and I think it's just transferring what the environment in which you're using those skills. Because obviously if you're in armed forces, it depends whether you're active on the front line or you might be in a support service, like you might be delivering hotel services or medical services. There's lots of ways that you can use all those skills to support Plymouth and Plymouth's economy. And we're a growing economy, and we need more skilled people to go out there and take up the jobs that are on offer.
So I think going on from that, what's really important is letting employers know the benefits as well. This is it, how they can become confident in employing those from the Armed Forces community. Chris, I know you work closely with the Armed Forces Covenant. Could you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, the Armed Forces Covenant is about 11 years old now, and it's an opportunity for, initially it was local government, but now it's for businesses as well, to sign up to commit to working to support the Armed Forces Covenant. For those who serve and for their families, they make big sacrifices. Families make sacrifices during the service as partners and children move around the country in support of serving personnel. And they often put their own jobs and careers on hold. So we need to think about our serving personnel and their families. And then when they leave, the veterans that we have in our country. And the commitment is to ensure that there is no disadvantage, that we recognise and support our armed forces communities. Whether that's in getting to understand the fact that qualifications might be slightly different, because if you qualify to be a medic on a ship, it's slightly different than being a paramedic, because you're also being a nurse and sometimes a doctor. So it doesn't immediately transfer, but getting to understand that, actually you have a whole load of skills. And it's the same with lots of other bits in the armed forces. And employers can actually sign up to be a corporate covenant signatory. They can say, this is what we will do to support our armed forces community. And whether that's about how you support reservists and territorials, what you do to make opportunities for wives and
it
partners,
really does expand, doesn't it?
And what you can do to employ people who are veterans, long-term veterans, or those just leaving the service. So there is a whole range of things, and by signing the covenant, you're recognised, but you can then become part of the club of other businesses that have joined that, and you can work with the council and other organisations that have also signed the covenant and are part of that broader family, so you can learn from each other, and together we can make sure that from our perspective Plymouth is a really good place, whether you're serving and worried about your family, or whether you're a veteran, or whether you're a reservist or a territorial or a cadet.
So
because they're all part of the Armed Forces
yeah,
family.
yeah. And I think with the covenant, the great benefit of it is it's not only you're providing that support, but you're saying and you're shouting, we are going to, we're holding ourselves to account here, and we're signing up to this.
Yeah, and I think it doesn't mean that there's necessarily lots of extra privilege, but it does mean that people's eyes are opened.
Yes.
And it's there in the checklist with all the other checklists, and you can begin to do things. And I think it's sometimes difficult to communicate, because with lots and lots of different people signing up to it and making different commitments, it can be a bit confusing. But look out for that Armed Forces Covenant logo on things. And for employers, you actually get the chance to say, we're going to do better. And the City Council is a Silver Award winner. We're working to get Gold Award, which means we need to be doing more to support our reservists, and we need to be doing more to support other businesses in the city who wish to be covenant holders, which is one of the reasons I'm really passionate about telling businesses to get involved, talk to us as well. But we've already achieved silver. There are businesses like Wolferston's in the city who are long-term gold holders, and others who are just starting out at the base level of bronze.
It's great to have something to work towards in that sense, isn't it?
And there is a sense that you don't have to be totally perfect as a business to start on a journey. And actually, when you start on the journey, you'll learn a lot from the Armed Forces community that you're working with, because they are a fantastic community.
I was going to say, so that's where CTEC can be a really good facilitator of that relationship, because you work with employers, you work with members of the Armed Forces who are no longer serving and their families. So therefore, if you can join those two together, so you're giving the confidence and the skills to the personnel to be able to go to work, and you're working with the employers to make sure if there needs to be any adaptations or whatever, it can be a really good conduit. So actually you could improve the rating, if you like, of the employers by the work that you're doing with some of the serving personnel and joining it together. And that's why days like this are so important, because you've got training providers out there, you've got employers out there, and you've got the veterans who are coming in as well to see how they can use all that to get into the workplace. And it benefits Plymouth.
This is it. It benefits everybody, I think, doesn't it? Thank you both for taking the time to chat with myself today. Lovely to hear more from you. I'm sure you've got very busy days today, but no, thank you for joining me today.
Lovely. Thank you very much.